Have humans finally become gods? Well, just as God created humans from a part of himself, recently, scientists at Columbia University created a mini-clone of a cancer patient to save their life. This clone is an exact copy of the real person, allowing researchers to test how the original patient's body would react to chemotherapy. But what does this tiny human clone look like? And is it even alive? Human cloning is banned or illegal in most countries, and cloning techniques to actually create a human being are considered unsafe and morally unacceptable. So, how are scientists and even some companies secretly creating human clones? If this is happening, how many of these clones might be secretly living among us today? Modern science has advanced so much that many people are unaware of it. This is just a glimpse of the latest technology. For instance, Alexia Lopez, a PhD student from the UK, recently discovered a massive cosmic structure called the Big Ring, which, according to the principles of physics, shouldn't even exist. We will discuss how this discovery will further our understanding of the universe in detail, but modern science is making significant strides not only on a large scale, but also on a microscopic scale. Watch this video carefully to see how this spring-like tiny object is spinning rapidly on its own and how it captures a sluggish sperm and penetrates the egg. Do you know what this thing is? It's a tiny robot, or nanobot, created by scientists to target and destroy cancer cells. You will learn how scientists are doing this in just a few minutes, and it will blow your mind. Just like last century, this century has also brought many amazing discoveries and inventions that will shape the future. But no one is paying attention to them because we are focused on Instagram. Look north at night, between the constellations of Boots and Ursa Major. You will see a large ring-like structure called the Big Ring. It is so vast that estimates suggest it would take around 13,000 Milky Way galaxies lined up to measure its width. This goes completely against the cosmological principle, which states that on a larger scale, no space is special. You see almost the same things everywhere, and the laws of physics work similarly everywhere. According to this principle, about 13.8 billion years ago, when the Big Bang occurred, it gave birth to our universe. Within microseconds, all the energy concentrated in a single point was scattered in all directions like debris from a bomb, eventually forming atoms of elements like hydrogen, carbon, and oxygen. This is why if you observe the early radiation of the universe, known as cosmic microwave background radiation, CMBR, except for some small dark spots here and there, the radiation is evenly spread. However, the Big Ring structure contradicts this cosmological principle because it represents a special place in the universe where a significant amount of mass is concentrated. If only one such structure were found, it could be an anomaly. Or perhaps there was a mistake in measuring it. But scientists have discovered 3 other structures, Clauso Group, the Great Wall, and the Giant Arc, that are almost as large. So, what does this mean? Why does it matter if the cosmological principle is disproved? It complicates our calculations in physics even more. For instance, if you conduct an experiment on Earth and repeat it after 5 years, despite doing it in the same lab, the movement of Earth, the solar system, the Milky Way galaxy, and the local group means we would have moved millions or billions of kilometers in space. Without the cosmological principle, we would have to consider these movements in every experiment for accurate calculations. This single discovery challenges our entire understanding of physics and the universe, and only time will tell how scientists will address this unique anomaly. Nanobots. Human bodies are quite complex, and there are surgeries where avoiding complications is extremely challenging. For example, there is a parotid gland next to our ear. If a tumor occurs and needs to be removed, the surgery can be extremely tricky. If a facial nerve is accidentally cut during surgery, it could paralyze half the patient's face. Similar dangers occur during thyroid operations. If the recurrent laryngeal nerve, which controls our vocal cords, is cut, the patient could lose their voice permanently. Given that mistakes can happen, medical professionals have been striving to minimize invasive procedures to avoid complications. Recently, scientists have developed nanobots that, when injected into the body like a drug, can target and destroy tumors in the parotid gland, thyroid, or elsewhere without complications. The sperm nanobot fusion we saw earlier has recently been upgraded into a new treatment. Scientists loaded a toxic anti-cancer drug called doxorubicin hydrochloride into sperm cells, then used magnetic nanobots to pick up these anti-cancer sperm and penetrate cancer cells. This technology addresses two major side effects of anti-cancer drugs. They use to damage healthy tissues and dilute in body fluids, making treatment ineffective. With this new technology, the problems are solved, making it a highly effective drug delivery system. So to all cancer patients out there, just hang in there. Soon, curing cancer will be as easy as getting an injection at a nearby clinic. Miniature nuclear batteries. Imagine a phone that never needs charging, a remote or watch whose battery never needs changing, and a camera that doesn't die in the middle of capturing your best moments. Well, in the next 4 to 5 years, this could actually become possible. A Chinese company, Beijing Beta Volt New Energy Technology Limited, has created a tiny nuclear-powered battery no larger than a coin that can power devices for up to 50 years without any charging or maintenance. The World Nuclear Association recently promoted this technology, and Beijing Beta Volt is optimistic about launching these batteries by 2025. These batteries use a radioactive isotope of nickel called nickel-63, placed between two synthetic diamond layers. As nickel-63 decays, it releases high-energy beta particles, or simply high-speed electrons, which knock electrons out of the diamond atoms. This creates a current flow between the high and low-density regions. This technology is similar to solar cells, except instead of photons from sunlight, beta particles from a radioactive isotope are used. The safety concerns associated with nuclear power come from the strong nuclear force, which is not present in these batteries. Nickel-63 produces weakly penetrating beta particles, which cannot penetrate diamond and therefore cannot breach the protective casing of the battery. As a result, these next-generation batteries are very safe. Beta Volt will initially supply these batteries to medical devices and space tech, and after thorough testing, they may be available for common consumer products. Cloning breakthrough. For many years, human and animal cloning was thought to be illegal, but recent news suggests that secret cloning is a thriving industry. In 1996-97, when the first cloned animal, Dolly the sheep, was created, some scientists wanted to test cloning technology on humans, believing it could help infertile couples. An American cloning company, Clonaid, started using the cloning technique used for Dolly on humans. This technique involves taking tissue samples from parents, extracting the nucleus from one tissue cell, and injecting the nucleus from another tissue. The resulting cells are then grown into embryos and implanted in a surrogate mother. The resulting baby is a carbon copy of the parent. Clonaid's CEO, Brigitte Boisselier, claims to have already created at least 20 human clones, with the first baby, Eve, born on December 26, 2002. This means Eve could be a 22-year-old college student living among us today, possibly unaware of being a clone. But human cloning is banned, so how is this possible? It turns out that the ban applies only to human cloning. Animal cloning is permitted, and many countries are actively using animal cloning trials to refine the technology. In fact, many foreign celebrities collect tissue samples from their pets at the end of their lives and send them to US-based Viagen Pets, China-based Sinogene, or South Korea-based Som Biotech to get cloned puppies delivered within just a few months. Today, we have advanced so much in cloning that if the ban is lifted, creating a perfect carbon copy of any human is feasible. The mini-clone created by the Columbia University scientists for cancer patients demonstrates our cloning capabilities. The research team, led by Professor Gada Vanjak, now has the ability to grow patient organs in separate compartments, connect them with artificial blood vessels, and test anti-cancer drugs on them. This mini-organ system reacts just like a real human body, showing that we are very close to mastering human cloning. So, share this video with your friends and family. As you know, our mission is to spread scientific thinking in India and develop a scientific culture that empowers every individual and creates brilliant minds and scientists for our country. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Until then, take care and Jai Hind.